Hi, Donna.
Hi.
Is there a precedent for a rezone from OUC to anything else, or in particular RSF, an RSF district or RMF district, anything like that? Has that ever occurred?
Not that I'm aware of. And for the record, Donna Thompson was zoning, and I have signed the speaker's card.
Okay.
I'm not aware of any such rezone, no.
Okay. To me, this, and the questions that I asked zoning about OUC and what that means, and is there a precedent for switching from OUC? There's been plenty of OUR that we've rezoned here, which makes perfect sense, but OUC being conservation makes me look at it in a little bit different light. And this, to me, does not seem like a good deal for Sarasota County. We are being asked to take what could be considered environmentally sensitive land, even though it is technically upland, it's sort of upland, and swap it for something that's zoned RSF1 that is currently wetland, for the most part. And yes, you could mitigate all kinds of things on that RSF1. In fact, you could probably even take some of some other mitigated property and make it upland and transform that RSF. But there's plenty of RSF1 wetland property that will never be built on, and for good reason. So to me, you know, I know that nobody likes to use the word swap, but that's what they're asking for. And this is not a good trade for the community. It's not a good trade for Sarasota County. You've got it, in order for me to support an application that asks someone to go from OUC to RSF, and the fact that the applicant has come before us and has given us drawings that says we're going to put one house, single family house on there, but they're absolutely not willing to stipulate that. It's just not a good deal for me. So I don't know where everybody else comes out on it, but I'm not for this application. Sorry.
Thank you, Commissioner Morris. Any further discussion warranted before Commissioner Mast proceeds to a motion? Of course, upon which we can continue discussion. Okay, Commissioner Mast.
Based upon the evidence and testimony received in the public hearing, I move that the Planning Commission recommend denial of rezone petition number 1904 with the following findings and facts.
Those being?
Yeah, I had that happen once too.
Multiple points. I have lived in this community since I was young, very, very young. As long as I can remember, and I've been in building and construction my entire adult life, I cannot recall at all ever having a swap like this before where there was OUC switched or any other sensitive lands, in this case that I can recall. I think that this applicant knowingly purchased the property in its current state, and I totally agree with Commissioner Morris when I think this is the county would get the raw end of the deal, and the community would get the raw end of the deal on this one. And for those reasons, I cannot support it.
All right, we have a motion on the table. We have a second by Commissioner Strelick. Any further commentary to your motion, Commissioner Mast?
I would strongly suggest, as just a friendly, if this property goes up for sale, you might want to purchase it as a community. Just a suggestion.
I would only add to what's already been said by Commissioner Mast and Commissioner Morris that there's a safety issue out there, and although people in the fire department can make agreements and that kind of thing, it doesn't change the fact. I think that's a real danger here, and that's another reason that I don't support this.
Any additional commentary? The applicant opened with a statement calling equal land for equal land. I think that's just a miscategorization of what's happening here. The only thing equal in it is about the relative size. And to state a measure that you're going to take these two parcels that have nothing built on it and then you're going to build something on it and it's better for the environment is kind of a stretch. And you don't see the evidence of that really coming out in the application itself as it relates to the goals, objectives, and policies of the comprehensive plan. So, however this vote falls, it's going to move forward to the county commission one way or the other. And I think falling on an argument of equal land for equal land doesn't hold up under the goals, objectives, and policies of our comprehensive plan. So with that, I will call the question. All those in favor of a motion to deny, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously.
Pinocchio, aspetta, vieni vicino a me. Raccontami, come mai ti volevano impiccare?
Per le monete d'oro.
E le monete d'oro che fine hanno fatto?
Le ho perdute.
E dove le hai perdute?
Nel bosco qui vicino.
And we have a rezone petition. It's a public hearing to consider rezone petition number 1434, a petition by Carolyn Brown, Director of Parks and Recreation, to rezone approximately 44 acres located west of Knights Trail Road and north of Rustic Road from OUR Open Use Rural, OUC Open Use Conservation, and GU Government Use.
The subject property is approximately 43 acres in size and is located north of Rustic Road and west of Knights Trail Road. And you can see on the screen the property is immediately north of Knights Trail Park and is also along Cowpen Slough. The access is, of course, through Laurel Road, which is to the south. The property is part of and on the southern end of the 6,000-acre Pinelands Reserve. That side of that portion of the site along Cowpen Slough is zoned OUC, Open Use Conservation. This is the future land use plan map, which shows the subject property cross-hatched in black. The site is primarily designated major government uses, and that portion of it along Cowpen Slough is designated public conservation preservation.
I'm just curious, the existing shooting range, not the area where the current clay activities take place, but the existing shooting range, that's where rifles are shot and pistols and that sort of thing, I'm assuming?
That's correct.
Okay. This may seem like a dumb question, but do you want to be downrange from that kind of activity? I understand the shot can only go so far, but when you're dealing with rifles and so forth, do you want to be in this proposed area?
We actually work closely with staff to limit the impacts.
I'm just concerned about a potential safety problem, and I understand baffles and everything else, but there's always that instance where a rifle could go off in the wrong direction and go up that way or go above where the baffles would be. And I would be concerned about being someone on that property in that area. Now, the likelihood of that happening is probably not great, but it is possible. Commissioner Bishop.
I'm going to support the rezone. I understand Jono's concerns about lead shot. Very toxic, and it has to be a big concern. I do know that the gun range does do the recycling. If it prohibits from going down in the water table, boy, I don't know. I'm not sure. But it's government use property. There's a dump there. We need a dump, and I believe we need a gun range, and I believe this is the proper location.
Commissioner Kellogg.
I'm ready to do a motion. Based upon the evidence and testimony received at the public hearing, I move that the Planning Commission recommend approval of rezone petition number 14-34 in accordance with the staff report and recommendation and with favorable findings of fact.
I happen to think that this is an appropriate application. Really, you can't think of a better place to have it than next to the existing one that's already there. And I congratulate the club on its success in being able to draw more people to our area and give us economic development. Thank you. Seeing no further requests, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Chair votes aye. Motion carries 6-1.